Can you see the screen, Rajesh?
Yes,
Rajesh, can
yes,
you
I
see?
can see.
Okay,
Yes, I can see.
okay then. Okay.
सुनना ना रहा एक से सुनना जो सॉफ्टवेयर
पता
है
क्या है?
चालू है म्यूट अनम्यूट मत करना
क्या इशू था?
ये इंस्टॉल क्यों नहीं हो रहा तो
ये
ये डाउनलोड किया था
क्या
मैंने
डाल के रखा है? ये सब क्या डाल के रखा है तुमने?
क्या मैंने कुछ नहीं डाला ना
वो कुछ चल रहा था आपका?
हीट तो आ रही है
I just wanted to know, like, where from you are. Can you keep your state name in the chat so that we'll understand the people where from? Good. Karnataka, Tamil Nadu. Haridwar, Jaipur. I think it is across all the nations. I think Jammu and Kashmir, Telangana. Nice. Almost every part of our country. Nice meeting. So we'll be waiting for 2 or 3 more minutes, and we'll start the session. And you can ask your friends to join this session. Maharashtra, Bhilai. Nice. Good evening all. I am Narendra Yeluri. I am the mentor for the project Healthcare Data Driven Decisions using Power BI. So for coming 4 weeks, I will be guiding you the technical part. So any doubts you can ask me. Okay. So once, can I start now? So this is already crossed 100. So okay, we'll start the session. So
Yes,
I
sir.
I hope I hope you all opened your Power BI software. Okay. Is it okay? Did you all open Power BI software?
Yes.
And I'm expecting you have downloaded all the two data sets and save them either in D drive or in E drive. Don't save them in the desktop. So create a folder in D drive or E drive and save the two data sets. Okay. So I hope this you are done. Okay. Now I am going for what is the meaning of this internship, ACT internship. I want to go and explain you. Might be you are knowing this structure. So the structure of the course. So the structure of the course is the course, this internship is for 6 weeks. The first 4 weeks will be technical, present technical project mentoring sessions. Every Friday we are meeting. Every Friday we are meeting for coming 4 weeks. So this is the week one. Again, we are meeting on week two, week three, week four on Fridays only. So we are going to complete the project. This project we are going to complete in 4 weeks. And after that, I will be asking you to present your project either in PPT or in PDF or in project files. So then you are submitting your project. Then the last 2 weeks will be there now. So let us see the last 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks for those people who are exceptionally good. So I am selecting few projects who are done this project exceptionally good. Okay, I'll select this project and I will ask the project students I'll nurture the students a little bit more and they will be presenting their project before the industry people. Before the industry people, if they got selected there also, so then you will be having some merit certificate. So these exceptionally good students are there now, so they are presenting, they are undergoing different trainings. They will nurture their project again and again, and in these 2 weeks they will be training a little bit more and they will be presenting their project before the industry people and getting the merit certificate. Okay. So now in these 4 weeks, completely this is technical 4 weeks, and every Friday our project mentoring session will be there. Project mentoring session will be there, and then every Thursday there will be a master class. There will be a master class. This master class will be taken by industry level people. So industry people will come and they will take. Might be you attended this master class on Thursday, yesterday. Okay, this master classes will be there for coming 3 more weeks, 3 more Thursdays. So on each and every Friday, I will be taking the project. Okay. So any doubts in this structure of this course? And we have
Not
so
yet.
yeah. So on Saturday, tomorrow. So next is Saturday and tomorrow Saturday. These 2 Saturdays I am giving the sessions like AMA. AMA stands for like anything. Ask me anything. Ask me anything like related to some project issues. So maybe you are having some doubts. You may not be having any like source to clarify. Then you can connect to me. I'll give you some time, 45 minutes time. I'll give you on Saturday morning time. So this is AMA session will be on mornings only. So then you can connect and you can ask me. I'll roll out a particular Google form. You can fill the Google form and you can attend the session. Even without filling the Google form also you can attend the session. Okay, that is your wish. So there will be a AMA session every Saturday. I will share you the link and everything. So this AMA session will be only for 2 times. So coming Saturday, like tomorrow Saturday and coming Saturday, only 2 weeks. By that time, so you will be completing everything and you are in a position where you can submit your project with convenient things, right? So I think this is quite good for you. Any doubts in this? So I'm requesting all the students not to unmute yourself unnecessarily and talk to. Anybody? So any doubts in the structure of the course? I think it is clear for you.
No.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So after structure of the course, now we'll be having like I'll go for a technical like thing. Now I want to define a data. Okay, I'm going a little slower. So now can I define the data? Can I get the definition from data? What is data? Anybody? Can you give any definition?
Collection
Sir,
of
it is the raw
information.
information which is present.
So raw information.
Okay, raw information. Somebody told collection of facts. So I am going for defining the data as collection of facts. Okay, from raw data. Okay, or else I'll explain this raw data again. So the simple definition I'm going for. So collection of facts is nothing but data, but the facts will be in the form of qualitative fashion or quantitative fashion. Quantitative fashion. So now what is the meaning of qualitative fashion and what is the meaning of quantitative fashion? Let us go and define, like I'll ask you a simple question. So can you see this screen? Now, how many students are there in this meeting? How many students are there in this meeting?
47.
147. Okay, 147. So this is it a fact or not? It is a fact. So now this is 147 is a fact and this is in numbers. So that is the reason why this 147 I am calling as data. But this is in numbers now. That is the reason why it is. So the data or the facts sometimes will be in number. So that is called as quantitative fashion. Now qualitative fashion. What is the meaning of this qualitative? So again, I'm coming to the same window. Now I'm just scrolling up. You can see Sahit is there, Abhay is there, Abhignya is there. Okay. So looking at this, looking at these names, can you predict the genders? How many genders are there? What are the genders here?
2.
What are the genders here? What are the genders here?
Male,
Yes, we can
female.
easily find out the genders by their name.
Yeah. So male and female. So this is a fact or not? This is also a fact. So males are there and females are there. So that means here this is in the text fashion. Okay, that is called as qualitative information. So when you are collecting the data is speaking about the facts. Sometimes the facts will be in terms of numbers and sometimes will be in the form of text. So whatever the form of the data, then we are calling as data. Like a collection of facts, I'm calling as data. Now, once we know the data, so how many forms of data we are having? So like types of data. So can anyone tell me that? How many types of data will be there?
2 types.
Two types.
Unstructured.
Yeah. So there are 3 types of data is there. So one is structured data. Structured data. Let me copy this. Structured data and then semi-structured data and then unstructured data. So these are the 3 forms of data we are having. Now, what is the meaning of structured data? Can anyone tell what is the meaning of structured data?
Which is
The data
presented
has
in the tabular
format.
form.
So when the data is there, so we are having data. So let us define data will be there in each and every case. So here data is there, here also data will be there. So here coming to the structured data, the data can be kept in the form of rows and columns. That is in the form of tables. Then it is said to be structured data. Data will be there. The data can be expressed in the form of tables. Then it is called as structured data. So can you tell me any example? Any example, any source which contains the structured form of data?
You gave an Excel file that is a structured data.
Yes. Yes.
The Excel file you gave us to offer
Yes.
as a data. This is a
Yes.
structured data.
Yes. So Excel is one source where the data will be in the form of tables. CSV is one more source. databases are there. So all these are examples for structured data where the data can be kept in tables only. Okay, now quite opposite to the structured data. So that is called unstructured data. That means in this unstructured data, data will be there, but data cannot be kept in tables, cannot be kept in tables. So then that is called as unstructured data. Okay, now can you tell me any example for unstructured data?
Web pages and images.
Images, a lot of
Videos.
information will be there in images, like how many people will be there, what are the colors of the shirts they are wearing, how many genders are there, all this information will be there in the images, but we cannot keep the images in the form of rows and tables, rows and columns. So that is the reason why we are calling this as unstructured data. Audio files and videos. Okay, so these are all different forms of data where data is existing, but we cannot keep in the form of tables. That is the reason why we are calling this as unstructured data. Now coming to the different one, like it is having the data which is having both the features. Like it sometimes it is looking like structured data, sometimes it is looking like a unstructured data. So let us consider one example like PDF. Okay, let us consider one example, one data source which is of PDF. In PDF, like your college management sent you your timetable. The timetable you are having only one single table is there. So looking at the table, can you say it is a structured data? Looking at the table only, yes or no? The PDF is having only one table. So can I say it is a structured data? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. And in the second page, so your college logo is also there. Your college logo, your college header is there. And below this college logo, you are having the timetable. So now looking at the top portion, like your college logo. Okay, I'm having college logo now this time. College logo is there. Now looking at college logo, what is this data? Is it a structured data or unstructured data?
Unstructured data.
It's
Unstructured.
unstructured.
It is unstructured data. Now we have one more PDF where college logo is there, below one table is there, college logo and table. Okay, now how can I call this? A combination. College logo is there and timetable is there. So it is having both the features. So that is the reason why we are calling this particular data as semi-structured data. In this semi-structured data, we are having both the features, structured features and unstructured features. So one such data source is PDF. Now, can you tell me any other example?
Emails.
Emails.
Yeah, emails.
Wikipedia is also example
Yes.
of
Yes,
semi-structured data.
Yeah, yes, wiki pages, right? Wiki pages are also we can call
Zip
them.
files.
Yes. So these are all different forms of the data. So now we are dealing with Power BI. Already I sent two files. So can you categorize the files which I sent? I have sent you two data sets. So the data sets, if you open the data sets now, it comes under one category. What is that category? Is it a structured data, or semi-structured data, or unstructured data?
Sir, it is structured data.
So structured data.
Structured
So
data, sir.
yes, correct. So it is a structured data.
Structured
That means here we are analyzing the structured data using Power BI. Okay. So now what is the meaning of this BI? So I'm slowly getting into the concept. So what is the meaning of BI? BI stands for anybody?
Business
Business
intelligence.
intelligence.
Business intelligence. Okay, now this business intelligence tool I am using and I'm analyzing the structured data. I'm analyzing the structured data. Okay, so now do we have any other tool than this Power BI? Any other tool which can be used to analyze the data? Which can be used to
Tableau.
analyze, suppose
Tableau.
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 Tableau. So which is better now? We have Power BI and we have Tableau now. We have other softwares also like ClickSense are there. So many other tools are also there. Like Python is also useful for like a data analysis. It is also having some visualization concept, analysis concept it is having. Now tell me which is more powerful? Which is more powerful for data analysis?
Power BI.
Power BI. So can you tell me the few like reasons why it is powerful than Tableau and than Python?
It provides real-time updates.
Okay, real-time updates. So every month, even Tableau also every month you are having updates. Even Python is having so many updates. Even day-wise also you are having so many updates. If you compare the updates, na Python is having lot of updates, lot of libraries, and lot of functionalities, lot of modules, lot of functions will be there for Python. So if you compare that way, na Python is so good.
Basically, it is easy to use for all the people. But when you talk about Python, then it will contain several libraries, and we need more technical efforts to know that thing.
Yeah, basically data analysis will not expect any coding skills. Okay, by definition, I'm going by definition. I'm not going by a present scenario. By definition, data analysis where there is no coding is required. Okay, so when coding is not required, so Python can be eliminated. Okay, so if you just delete this Python out of the race. Okay, now we are having two tools like Power BI and Tableau. There is no coding required. So when I compare this Power BI and Tableau, so this Power BI is more powerful. So I can compare in many senses, like it is for free. So that is the reason why you installed in your laptops. Power BI is free, open source. And Tableau is not for free. There is a student edition. So you can submit your student ID card and you can get a 1 year subscription. That is limited. So that is having limited features. And the time of duration is also limited, only for 1 year. So you can install the Tableau software. But this Power BI is there now. You can install for per minute. And when you compare the functionality, when compared to Power BI and Tableau, the functionality will be more. When you compare with the number of visuals, number of charts available in Power BI and Tableau, again Power BI is dominating. If you see the adoption rate by the many companies, the Power BI is having more adoption rate when compared to Tableau across entire world. So that is the reason why we are taking Power BI as reference. So Power BI is developed by Microsoft. Okay, this is developed by Microsoft, and Tableau is now taken care by who? Can you tell me the name of the developer or name of the company
I
which is
think I think it is Google.
now it is changed to Salesforce. Now it is changed to Salesforce. So Salesforce is the company who is looking after this Tableau now. So this Salesforce is making all these operations only limited to US only. So that is one more reason. So the Salesforce company is not interested to expand this Tableau across all the globe. Like so this is limited version. But Microsoft is presenting the Power BI for free across everyone, every person, like you and me also. So we are that means the Microsoft Power BI is having more reachability. It is having more functionality. It is having like a real time sense. Like real time sense means in real time where from you are getting the data in nowadays. Nowadays where from you are getting the data. So we are all getting the data from cloud, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
So we are all
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
For example, for demo version, I have given you Excel files and CSV files for the project. But in real time, data will be coming from cloud. So that means we need some real-time tools where you can get the data from the cloud. So in that sense, so Power BI is having so many modes, so many operating modes. So many operating modes are there where you can get the data in real time from the cloud. Every second it is getting refreshing. So that means that whenever the data is uploading, that data will be integrated into Power BI, and this can be into your project. Directly it is coming into the project. Automatically your project will be updated. And the Power BI is integrating with all types of data sources, integrating all types of data sources. Okay, I will show you that. So let us go and see what are the data sources which the Power BI can be integrated with. Let us go and open this Power BI. So I think this is the interface you are getting from your side also. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now suppose say this is the first time you are seeing the Power BI. You don't know anything about Power BI. So then you can click on this. You can click on this recommended box. And when you click on this now, so that it is taking you to Microsoft website where you can study all the theory related to Power BI. Okay, so that is up to you. So anyhow, I have provided you the required material to study. And if you are interested, then you can click on this first study. And then here on the top one, new is there. So just click on this new report. Click on this new report. Now this is the starting interface for Power BI. So everyone need to get this. Everyone need to get this. So I'll wait for 2 minutes. So just confirm me whether you are getting this screen from your side or not.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now I have shown, I wanted to show you like how many data sources that Power BI can be integrated with. So integrated with means, so it is connecting to the particular data source and it is getting the data from that particular source. That is the meaning of this integration. Now we'll go for Power BI. Under Home tab, under Home tab, there is an option like Get Data. So just click on this Get Data. So these are all different data sources commonly we are using. This is very commonly we are using. Like we are using Excel, we are using CSV files, text files, SQL servers. Okay, these are all common data sources. When you come down now, there is an option like more. There is an option like more. So all of you click on this more. So for each and every operation in Power BI, just it is taking a little high time because it is completely GUI and it is eating away all your RAM. So that is a problem. Okay. So these are all the different data sources. So this is Excel source is there, CSV is there, text is there, XML, JSON, folder, PDF, Parquet. So you can see here. So I'm just scrolling down. I'm just scrolling down. You can see these many sources are there. You can define any source in the entire world. That source will be there here. So these are the different data sources where I can keep the data. Once you keep the data, the Power BI will be getting the data from all these different data sources. There are 100 plus different data sources are there, and this list will be goes on increasing. Maybe after 1 year, this list will be going to 125 also. What will be the data source? A new data source if you are developing. So that data source also can be integrated to Power BI. So someone told, like one student told, like real-time updates. So this is the real-time update. Whenever a new data source is generated, then from that data source also it is getting the data. So it is very powerful tool. So this tool can get the data in real time. This tool can get the data from various data sources. So our data source is what? Our data source is, what is our data source? Excel or CSV?
Excel.
Yes.
So you can say, if it is
Yes.
Excel, if it is Excel, you can click on this Excel. Otherwise, if it is CSV, you can click on this CSV and so on and so forth. Okay. For the time being, so I'm just closing this. I want to go for a little theory and then I'll start this Power BI session. Okay. So this is the meaning of integrating with all types of data sources as of now. Okay. So this is the real time. Like in cloud also, I'll show you the cloud feature also. Let me go for Power BI again. So go to the get data, click on this more. I'll show you like whether it is getting the data from cloud or not. Now there is a, can you see these are all various data sources here like file, database and so on. So can you identify any source like cloud source in this window?
Azure.
Yes, Azure. So
Azure.
yes, I'm clicking on this Azure and you can see here from Azure. Azure is the cloud service, cloud computing service by Microsoft. So now it is getting these many ways are there to store the data in Azure. So it is eligible. The Power BI is integrating with all types of data sources which is there in the cloud of Azure, and it is getting the data into Power BI. Okay. So these are the, you can see, you can wonder, these many sources will be there. Like you can see, it is getting the data from flat files. It can get the data from databases. Microsoft Fabric, this is the new data source. You might be knowing this. Microsoft Fabric is a new version and it is having some data marts. Okay. So in the data marts, so all silos will be solved. All the in the real time, so the problem of the data is data will be there in the different departments. So the department is taking care by the taking care of the data, but other persons, other departments may not know whether the data is existing in the department or not. So that is called as silos. Now the data marts will be there, so which is looking after, which is integrating all the departments, so which is avoiding all the silos here. So that is the reason why we are like Microsoft is inventing Microsoft Fabric. This is the new data source, and it is there in our Power BI for free. There are power platforms are there. So from this you can get the data, and from cloud also it is getting the data, and from these sources like online sources like SharePoint. Okay, so these are OneDrive, SharePoint, everything. These are all different private like online services, and from this also you are getting the data like LinkedIn, everything, Salesforce, and these are different data sources. Multiple data sources are there like a website. So suppose if you are working in a company where your data will be there on the website, so then you can get the data from their website. Okay, so these are all some, like you can get the data from Spark, Hive. You can define a data which is in R script or Python script, ODBC. So these are all different data sources the Power BI can get integrated with. Okay, so this is the thing, like once we know the data and different types of data, now I am asking you, what is data analysis? What is the meaning of data analysis? Can anyone define this? What is the meaning of data
Hello?
analysis?
Am I audible,
yes.
sir?
Yes,
Sir, data analysis basically means analyzing the data and finding patterns and hidden trends in the raw data in a structured manner, and it consists of various steps like data collecting, data cleaning, data profiling. Then we can apply EDA, that is exploratory data analysis, and we find patterns and insights from it, which latter is used in making decisions, business decisions or any sort of decisions, or making
Okay.
insights.
So he explained about the entire life cycle of the data. Okay. So data analysis means raw data we are having. So raw data means what is the definition for raw data? The data which you are seeing on day one, that is called as raw data. Okay. So this is my definition. Can you define the raw data? So what is raw data? Anyone? So in a more technical, very simple way, what is raw data?
Raw data having duplicates, nulls value.
Okay, so that means raw data is the data where you are having dirt, noises, okay, all this. Okay, now I am defining raw data in a more easy manner, like any data which you are seeing for first time in your life, that is called raw data. Or even more simpler, na, I can define in this fashion. Any data on which no analysis has been done, on which no analysis has been done yet. Okay, so no analysis has been done yet. So that data we are calling as raw data. In this raw data, since no one has looked into this data, na, so there is a chance that the data is having this data is having duplicates. Okay, there is a chance that the data is having nulls, the data is having missing values, or the data is having irrelevant values. Irrelevant values it is having. Okay, the data is having like out of these 6 dimensions like ACC TUV. So you might be knowing what are the 6 dimensions of data quality. Can anyone tell me the quality dimensions of the data? So these are the 6 dimensions of the data quality. So let us see, if the data is not following these 6 dimensions, even then we are calling that data as raw data. Now let us consider what is A. A is called as accuracy of the data. Now what is C? Consistency of the data. Now what is this C? Completeness of the data. And this T is called as timeliness of the data. This U stands for uniqueness of the data. This V stands for validity of the data. Validity of the data. So when the data is having duplicates, null values, missing values, irrelevant values, and it is not following all these dimensions, okay, of the data, then we are calling this as raw data, or simply the data on which no analysis has been done yet. So then it is called as raw data. Now on the day one, as a business analyst or data analyst, you are going to get the raw data first. So I'll tell you the different like steps involved in a data like a data cycle. So the first step is like the student mentioned here. The day one, the first step is data collection. Okay, this is the life cycle of the data. Okay, so first is data collection, and then data pre-processing, and then data transformation, data analysis. Like he said, like EDA. Okay, or I'm simply saying any analysis or forecasting, also predicting the future also. Okay, and then so presentation means a project and we are presenting presentation, and then data silos. So data silos means, so this is also called as data governance. So now what is the meaning of data governance means? Like you are having the data and you are giving the privileges to few people. These people only can access the data, others cannot be accessing the data. I'll go in a in a systematic way, like day one. So we are collecting the data. Okay, let us consider, I'll give you one example how we are collecting the data. Like I'm running a supermarket. Let us consider I am running a supermarket. Day one, a male customer comes to me. He purchased the product and he paid the bill and he got the bill. Okay, and now I am asking the customer to give feedback, and I have provided a link. And when the male customer clicked the link now, so now a Excel sheet opened. In that Excel sheet, these are the columns present. Like name is there. Okay, like date of birth is there, age is there. Okay, mail ID is there, mobile number is there, and then feedback is there. So these are the things there in the Excel form. So do you expect this mail customer will provide all the details? Yes or no? Can the mail customer, he is interested to provide the feedback. Can he provide name?
Yes.
Yes, that means the mail customer can provide name, date of birth, age, mail. You go, hello, you mute yourself. I'm getting some echo. So all these things he can provide. But let us consider on day two, one female customer came to the supermarket. She completed the purchases and provided the link. She is also interested to give the feedback. Now, when she clicked the link now, so these are the things appearing to her. So what are the things she can provide and what are the things she cannot provide? She will not provide. Anyone? Unmute
Maybe she'll
yourself and
not
please tell me.
interested in
Date of
sharing
birth.
this mobile number
Yes.
and mail.
Like
Date of
the
birth.
female customer may be providing name and feedback, and she will not provide data birth, age, she will not provide, males 50-50, mobile 100% no. So that means here, this is data collection. In this data collection, what you find? So this I am calling as raw data. On day one, so the data is generated, and the generated data is raw data. Why? This data, okay, we are having nulls. Can you say nulls? Nulls
Yes,
are there.
sir.
Nulls
Yes, sir.
means like she is not providing date of birth, she is not providing age. So you cannot threaten that particular customer to provide date of birth, age, everything. So you cannot threaten the customer because she is customer. So we cannot threaten our customers. So there will be a chance of nulls in the data. That is one thing. And suppose say like one customer was there, like he provided like this. So name means he provided intentionally. He provided 1, 2, 3. Date of birth means XYZ, and age means 100 years. So like this randomly he provided the data. Now what is this data? Can you say this is a relevant data or irrelevant data?
It's irrelevant.
Irrelevant data. Why? So in data birth column, we are expecting date format. We are expecting what is the data type for this column? Date format. But
Date
here he
format.
provided text. So that is irrelevant data. Okay, in the name now we are expecting text data type, but he provided 1, 2, 3. That is a number. So these are called as some irrelevant values. That means there is a chance like irrelevant values will be there in the data on the day one. Okay. And sometimes so the same customer, suppose say the customer 1, 2, 3 is there. The same customer comes to after 1 hour. Okay. I was not there. Other supervisor is there in the shop, and he thought like this customer is the first time he is visiting, and he provided the same link, and again he's giving the same details, like again he's giving the same details. Name is 1, 2, 3, date of birth is XYZ, age is 100. So that means here, whenever you are having this particular type so I can say this is duplicates. So like this in day one, you are having so many problems in the data. So that is the reason why we are calling this as raw data. So this is happening in first phase, like data collection. And then can I use this particular raw data, even though it is having these many, I am calling this as noise. These entire things I am referring with a word like noise, or else dirt, okay, or else garbage. So there are some noises will be there in the data, dirt will be there, or garbage is there in the data. So can I use this particular data for the analysis? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Can I use
No,
with
sir.
this noise?
No, sir.
No,
No.
it's needed for it.
So we cannot
No.
use. Yeah. So we need to process the data in order to avoid all this noise or dirt or garbage. So that next step is called as pre-processing. So in this pre-processing, we are checking for the data types, whether all the columns are maintaining the data types properly, all the values present in each column properly maintained according to the data type. And then if you want to change, you can change the data type, whether you are having null values, missing values, duplicates, all these things we are checking. So that process I'm calling as pre-processing. And then a transformation. Suppose say according to your business requirement, suppose I'm having, let us consider one example, simple example. Let us consider I'm having a sales data. I'm having a sales data in the Excel form. Okay. So in this Excel form, one column is there like data purchase. One column is there. So in this data purchase, everything is so perfect. All the values in this column is date format only. No issues are there. But here, so this is the only single column I'm having, which is speaking about the time when the sale happened. So this is the only column which is speaking about the time. But my data manager, so my requirement, I'm telling my business requirement. My business requirement is what? So year-wise sales. So year-wise sales, I need to identify. This is my business requirement. Did you understand? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we are having in the sales data in the Excel file, I'm having only one column, which is called as data purchase. This is the only column which is speaking about the time factor. Okay. But my manager is asking me this, identify year-wise sales, like previous year, how much sales happened, this year, current year, how much sales happened. Okay. And I need to compare these 2 year sales. So that is the business requirement. But year is not there. So here, like suppose say date, what is the date format, like DD, MM? Okay, maybe this is the date format, right? Can you accept this is the date format? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, let us consider one example today date, like 8th. Okay, date is and 3, 2024. This is the format. So like this, the values will be there in the data purchase column. Now, this is the only part which is speaking about year. And this is the part which is speaking about month. This is the part which is speaking about day. Now, my business requirement is what? Year-wise sales. Okay, year-wise sales. I need to extract year separately. Unless and otherwise, if I don't extract year separately, I cannot address this business requirement. So from each and every value present in this data purchase, I need to separately extract this year part. So that means here what we need to do? Can anyone tell me what I can do? I just wanted this value only this value. So we are creating a new column, right? So we are creating a new column for extracting what? For extracting year. So we are creating new column for extracting. Yes or no? Extracting
Yes, sir.
year. For extracting year part from each and every value from data purchase. So now what we are doing, we are creating a new column additionally. So we need to do that. So that is called as what? Transformation operation. We are changing the format of the data from one format to other format. Okay. So this is called transformation. Let us consider one more example. I'm having sales data again. So in this sales data, I'm having the first column name as first name. First name is there, middle name is there, middle name, last name is there. Okay, now my data manager is asking me to identify the best top 5 customers. Again, I'm changing my business requirement. My business requirement is best top 5 best customers. Okay, best customers. This is my business requirement now. I want to identify the names of the customers who are best for my business. That means by how much sales these customers are making, and I need to identify the customers who are purchasing more in my business. Okay, by what I need to identify? By name only. So, but in the sales data, I'm having 3 columns, which is speaking about these 3 columns, like first name, middle name, and last name. So I need to identify one mechanism where I can like merge these 3 columns into single column. Okay, I need to merge all these 3 columns into single column, and I'm calling that column name as full name. Right? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now what we are doing now here, again transformation we are doing. So we are combining 3 columns and we are forming a single column. So we are doing the transformation. We are converting the data from one format to the other format. So these are all according to the business requirement. When the business requirement is changing, again, we need to do so many operations on the data so that the data every time getting transformed. So this all the operation which comes under changing the format of the data, that I'm calling as transformation operations. So after pre-processing, after transformation operation, so when you are coming to this fourth phase, so what you mean? So the raw data is converted into 100% quality data. Yes or no? When you are in the step number 4, where we are doing the analysis, where we are predicting the future. So by that time, the data is 100% quality. So now I am using this 100% qualitative data, and I am using either EDA. EDA stands for exploratory data analysis. Okay, exploratory data analysis. Simply, I'm calling this as analysis, or else I can use this exploratory data analysis for predicting the future also. Okay, so there is a AI feature is there, like in Power BI or any tool, any visualization tool, there will be a feature like AI feature is there, artificial intelligence feature is there. Using this feature, you can we can forecast the future basing on the existing data. So you cannot predict the future without data. So the data should be there, and the data is speaking about the past. And by seeing the trends and patterns in the hidden in this data, so then you can predict the future also. That is the future of AI. So that is there. I'll show you that if time permits. Okay, present. And then after doing the analysis, so after doing the analysis, we are going for presentation. Presentation means you are presenting the project to whom you are presenting the project, your stakeholders. So you are presenting the project to the stakeholders. So now what is the meaning of the stakeholder? Let us, can anyone tell me the meaning of stakeholders there?
Sir, stakeholder means any party or any person who has interest in our whole process or who gets benefit after doing the project or getting after the end of this program. So if we get successful, for example, if there is any product, then the product owner is a stakeholder, then the customers are the stakeholders, then the people who are doing the supply chain, they are the stakeholders, or one who have invested his money, he is the stakeholder. So
Yes.
anyone who is getting profit or loss out of it, it's a stakeholder.
Yes, stakeholder. So that I'm going for in a different fashion, like in organization, in a given business. Okay. So let us consider the business is started by some business people. Okay. There is a business. This is started by CEO, CFO, manager. Like these are the person who started the business, right or not? Okay. The clients will be there, etc. Suppose say these are the business people. All these people are business people. So these business people I'm calling as non-technical people. They don't know Power BI, they don't know Python, they don't know anything, but they know how to do the business. These are non-technical people. So these non-technical people will start the business. They are collecting huge data in business when they are running the like business. They are collecting, they are generating huge data, but they don't know how to process this data. That is the problem. So they don't know how to process the data. Then they are hiring people like you and me. Okay. So did you identify why we are coming into the picture? We are technical people. So like we are technical people. We know Python, we know Power BI, we know Tableau. So we are technical people. We know how to process the data. But these are the people who don't know technical knowledge, but they can run the business. They are generating the huge data. We are using this huge data, and we are processing the data, and we are presenting final after completing the analysis. Now we are presenting to these people. So now I am calling these people, these business people are there now, who are non-technical people. I am highlighting this term, non-technical people. So I am presenting my presentation after completing my project to all my stakeholders. So now my stakeholders will ask so many questions. So I need to answer all the questions, all the business requirement, and I make sure their sales, their profit will be increasing after doing our analysis. So our analysis should be in a way where we can identify some areas where the sales is getting down, where the profit is getting down. And if you identify those areas, and if you're presenting to all the stakeholders, they will focus on that particular part, and there is a chance that there is a probability that they can improve their sales and profits. So that is the reason why they are giving this much huge data to you. And as a technical people, you are doing this. So I think you are good with the stakeholders, the term stakeholders. So we are presenting our project, completed project to the stakeholders, and the stakeholders will ask some questions, and you need to modify the project, and again you are presenting, and after that you are coming with some solutions, how to avoid the losses, how to improve the sales and profits. Okay. And then after that, after presentation, after taking the decisions, when you are presenting your data to all your stakeholders, okay, this is an iterative meeting. Multiple times you are having this meeting every Saturday evening, something like that. Okay, so multiple times you are having this meeting with the stakeholders. Once the data is finalized, once the decision is taken, so that decision I am calling as DDD. That decision I am calling as triple D. So D stands for data, like one student told in the initial part, like data driven what? Decisions. So they will be taking DDD. So they will be taking data driven decisions. So there are two decisions will be there. I'm just copying this. Now there is a chance that in conventional businesses, maybe huge business or very small business. Let us consider 20-30 years back businesses. Okay, these are called as conventional businesses. So in the conventional businesses, who will take the data decision? Who will take the business decisions? A business is there
The board.
20 years back. Who is the person who is taking the business decisions?
The owner of the firm, the board members.
Yeah. So like elderly persons, like directors. These are the person who take the decisions. Are you sure that these decisions taken by these people are correct, 100% correct? Yes or no? Is there
Not
any?
necessarily. Not
No,
necessarily.
Not
absolutely
necessarily.
not.
Yeah, 100% we cannot say these decisions are correct, because these elder persons are there, knowledge people will be there. Maybe they are getting the experience, maybe they are having the experience like other businesses, but they are working in a different business where their knowledge is not sufficient enough. So that is the reason why there is a quite chances there that 100% they are not having the proper decisions. So that is the reason why so many business are getting into losses. So many decisions. If the business is all the decisions are taken by the elderly people, so definitely there is a probability that the business will be ending with some losses, even though it is having 20 years of experience or 30 years of experience in this business. So now instead of taking depending on the elderly people, now I am going and replacing this with data driven decisions. Okay, now I am replacing all the decisions, okay, by data. So now these decisions I'm calling as data driven decisions. Already we are seeing the definition for the data. So data is nothing but which is speaking about facts, which is speaking about the fact. When we are depends on the fact and we are taking the decisions. So do you have the probability of getting losses? No, there will not be no losses here. no losses, and you are having more sales in your business and more profit in your business. So there is a chance. So even when you are operating on the data driven decisions, there is a chance that losses may occur. Losses may occur, but the losses will occur after 2 years. Like let us consider one simple example like Zomato. So during COVID times, okay, like before COVID times, Zomato expanded its business in very mid-scale cities also. After that, do you identify Zomato business in mid-scale cities now in today's world, in today's presence? Yes or no? Before COVID and after COVID, compare this business, Zomato business. Before COVID, in every city, almost a mid-sized city, you find Zomato services. But what happens to now? Do you identify this Zomato service in mid-scale cities?
It is decreased.
Decreased. Why? So initially, before COVID, the presence is high. The presence of this market is high. Nowadays, now this is low. Now why it is happened? So that means here, why they are removed their business from these mid cities. So they are run this business. They are analyze the data. So using Power BI. So our big client for Power BI is Zomato. Zomato is one big client for Power BI. In real time, they are using Power BI service. So in Power BI in 2022, I think in 2022, they have analyzed the data and they are getting 2% profit. And that like past year, they are having 2% profit. In 2021, by end of 2021 financial year, they are getting 2% profit. This is plus 2% profit. It is not loss. I'm telling you, this is a profit only. But even then, they have identified that this business will be going to be into losses. So they have predicted these these are the cities which produce a 2% profit. So by next year, these businesses, these branches will be getting into losses. Why? Can anyone predict why these businesses now which are giving 2% profit, and the next year they will be producing some losses? Any guesses why?
So because earlier
Inflation
they
due to
have produced more profit than 2%.
because there is a
So-
time value
Gradually
of due to
decreasing the
inflation.
Yes,
percentage
correct.
of
Due to inflation. So due to inflation, our profit is increasing by 2% every year, but our expenditure is increasing by what? By inflation rate. Our expenditure in India is increasing by inflation rate. Okay, that is 7% on an average, plus 7%. That means here our expenditure is going more than our profit. So that is the reason why by next year you are in losses. So by 5%. So you are having losses by 5%. So that is the reason. This is the threshold. So by knowing this threshold, okay, they have wind up so many businesses in so many mid cities. So now they are in good profits. Okay. So how they are taking without entering inside the losses, actual losses, they have identified the threshold limit. This is the threshold limit. This 2% is the threshold limit. So how come they are getting this 2% value? By knowing this data driven decisions, by doing the project on the data. Okay, they are taken some decisions. Now they are comfortable without physically entering into losses. They can identify the threshold of their business and they can take some data driven decisions so that their business will not getting into the losses. That warning bell it can be getting. Otherwise, if it is in a positive sense, so they by data driven decisions, so like they can improve their sales, they can improve their profit. In positive sense, they can improve their sales and they can improve their profit. In negative sense, they will be getting some warning bells. They will be getting some warning bells from the analysis. So these are the things which are very much useful for running the business. And this comes under data driven decisions. All the data driven decisions will be minimizing the losses and maximizing the sales and profit. And then after that, so after completing, after my decisions have been taken, completely done. Now this past data, this existing data, where I need to keep. Can I share this data to other competitor like Swiggy? Can I sell this data to Swiggy, which is my competitor?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
No. So now this particular data already are taken I completed my project, I had taken the decisions. Now this data is obsolete, no way useful. Now where I need to keep this data? So I need to keep this data under one framework that is called as data governance. So this is a huge topic. Data governance, there will be a tool will be there, and this tool will be taking care of how this data is navigating from one phase to the other phase, and who is the responsible person, what is the present status of the data, and who is using the data and who not to use the data. So this framework will be addressing the like all the people who are working in the same organization, who is responsible, who is not responsible. And who is responsible means they are having some privileges. One person can access the data, cannot delete the data. One person is accessing the data and can delete the data. Like these privileges will be there. Okay. Otherwise, suppose say, I'll give you one real-time example. If you don't maintain data governance, what happens to the data? So let us go and define one simple example. So one engineering college is there. Let us consider one engineering college is there. Past 3 years, I'm taking for the last 3 years. 3 years last, the placement people are like 100 students are there. 100 students are there from the last 3 years. Okay. So now, present year, current year, they are having 100 more students. Okay. When I combine these 100 students with this current year 100 students placed students, the 200 will be there. So now I'm having 200 students. Now in the engineering, they will be having some display like hoarding, large hoarding will be there. And when I'm comparing this 200 students, so in current year, let us see in current year. In current year, how many final year students will be there? If I'm running one single intake, how many students will be there in a engineering college? Average engineering college. I'm not asking any private university or any other thing. How many students will be there? How many branches will be there? Let us see. 5. Can I say 5? Like CSE, ECE,
Yes, sir.
triple E.
CSE,
Yes,
mechanical, electrical, chemical,
Like-
metallurgy.
Yeah, so like 5 branches are there. Single intake means 60 intake will be there. So 60 into 5, that means total final year students will be 300. 300. Now I am going for calculation of percentage of places students. Now what is the total number of places students? 200 by 300. So that means 2 by 3. 67%. 67% of students are there. Is it correct or not? So the college people is preparing a big hoarding saying that in our college 67% people are placed. Is it correct? By seeing this logo, this 67%, every parent will join their kids into that college only. Right or not? Yes or no? 67% means it's not a simple thing. It's a very huge number. So this, can I trust this number or not? That is my question.
Yes, sir.
Can I trust? Yes. That means here, this 300 is coming from the current year. This 300 comes from current year. This 200 comes from what? From the last 3 years. From the last 3 years. So nowhere this is nowhere related to this number. So now this college management is cunningly combining this 300 number with the 200 number. This is not so. So now I am maintaining some rules and regulations. So whenever you want to present 67% place student, so you can use the like previous students only for last year, only 1 year back students you can use it. So now that rules will be there, so that rules comes under data governance. So don't use the past data and unnecessarily boost your past percentage and place students. So I'm providing some rules and regulations. If you cross this framework, so that person who is responsible for looking after the data governance, he will be punished. So now my framework says like only 1 year. Past year, you can use the data. So past year, suppose say 100 students are placed. So I can use these 100 students now. So now 100 by 300. How much is the percentage? 33%. 1 by 3. So this 33% is the correct value. So this is the best advantage of going for data governance. So once the data is completed, so we need to store the data and we need to make only few people can access the data. So they are responsible for all these outcomes, So this is like we can say like data life cycle. Did you understand this? Data collection
sir.
to
Yes,
data
sir.
governance. Okay. So now I am going for why we are going for Power BI. My question is why we are going for Power BI. This is my question. Like we are having data analysis tools are there for free. So like Excel. Excel is a very powerful tool which can be used for data analysis. So this is coming from who is developing this Excel? Who is developing this Excel? Which company?
Microsoft.
Microsoft. And from last 40 years, we are using this Excel for many purposes for data analysis. No, this Power BI is also coming from what? Which company?
Microsoft.
Microsoft. No, now we are having two tools, like Excel is one tool and Power BI is one tool. These tools are used for the same purpose, like data analysis, and from the same company, like Microsoft. Now, why we need two tools for the same purpose from the same company? That is my question. Can anyone tell me that?
We can make dashboards in the Power BI rather than Excel.
Okay, so the dashboard can be
Actually,
prepared in
data
Excel
is
also.
easy understandable from. So my answer is actually data is easy understandable from the visuals. So Power BI can produce more accurate and feasible visuals
Data visualization.
as compared to the Excel.
Sir, Power BI is mostly like data modeling tool. Excel is more like a spreadsheet where you can collect data, but you have to analyze and you have to implement various statisticals or and other kind of modes. Then Power BI is more influential because it's a business intelligence tool. So it's an advanced version of Excel. We can say in a simple words, because data modeling and visualization has can be done with a great capacities in Power BI.
Okay, so let us come to
Follow.
one simple solution. Let us take one simple Excel sheet. This is an empty Excel sheet. Now tell me how this is a Excel worksheet. So this is sheet number one is worksheet. You can create one more worksheet, and so on. So I'm going for only one worksheet. So this is my worksheet. Okay, where I can keep my data, structured data. Now tell me how many rows I can able to I can able to incorporate. I can able to place in this worksheet. So this 1, 2, 3, these numbers are there now, which is indicating the row numbers. And this A, B, C. So these are indicating column numbers. Okay. So now please tell me the size of this maximum number of rows here. How many maximum rows are there in single worksheet? And same way, how many maximum columns will be there in single worksheet? Okay. Can anyone tell me that? How many maximum rows are there in a single worksheet?
10 lakh.
Yes. So now see here. Yes. I'm clicking control down arrow. Control down arrow. I can come to the last line of this particular worksheet. So what is the row number here? Can anyone read out that?
10 lakh.
10 lakh.
48.
10 lakh
48,000.
So the number of rows are like I'm writing here.
470.
48,576. So can you increase one more row? I'm having one requirement. It cannot. So that is one limitation. The size is the limitation. Now, what are the maximum columns I can incorporate in a single worksheet? Again, I'm going back to first cell, A1 cell. Now I'm pressing control right arrow. So now I'm getting the last column. The column name is XFD. So this is in the hexadecimal number. Can you convert that into a decimal number? Okay, you can easily convert this. You can see, you can go for file menu, go to options, and go to formulas, and then you can click on this R1 C1. Click on OK, and you can see here 16,384. This is the highest column. So 16, can I say is yes or no? 16,384 is the last column number.
Yes,
you cannot
sir.
increase one more column. So this is, after looking at the size of this particular single worksheet, now can you predict how much data it can able to like place in a single Excel worksheet? Very limited, na?
Yes,
The
sir.
size is limited. The size is limited.
Yes.
So this is one reason. 40 years back, the Excel is huge success. Why? Because the 40 years back, the data size is what? Very small.
Yes.
No one will recognize that this is data. No one will recognize. So that data is the data size is very, very, very small. So that is the reason why from past 40 years, the Excel is a huge success because the size is no way concerned. Because no one we are caring about the size of the data. We are not caring about the data first. Okay, now the size is limited. We know that the size is limited. So after knowing this size is limited, now I am going for a small scale business. So in small scale business, the data is limited, right? The data size is also very limited. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So that means here for small scale business, na. So which is the best tool? Best data analysis tool?
Excel.
Excel, correct. Because this small data will be coming now from the small scale business, and you can use a single worksheet and you can incorporate entire data of a small scale business and you can analyze. So that is a very powerful tool. Excel is a powerful tool for small scale business. Even for medium scale business also you can use Excel. So you can use instead of a single worksheet, now you can use 10 worksheets and you can place all the entire data for this medium scale business. So even then the Excel is powerful. So that is the reason why even now also in real time IT companies, few projects are there like 20 years back, 25 years back projects are there. So in that they are using they are analyzing their data using Excel only. Nowadays, still you can find the old projects. In the old projects, you are still using Excel workbooks. Now coming to this large scale business. So now, due to the availability of internet, due to the availability awareness of the education, all the people are more educated than previous. So they are having cloud, they are having educated, they are having sufficient knowledge. Now every business now coming to like what? Cloud, right? Can I say that? So
Yes, sir.
every business now coming to cloud. So now cloud means what? Their business is existing across the world. So they are getting huge data. The probability of getting the data is huge. Now every business nowadays now becoming like large businesses. They are getting large volumes of data. So that I am calling as big data. Nowadays, when the cloud is in the picture, so the data size is also huge. The data size is also huge. So we are all generating, you and I, we all the people are generating huge data every day, every second. So now in order to handle this big data, now the tools and new tools, new technologies, new frameworks are needed. One such tool is nothing but what? One such tool
Power
is nothing
BI.
but what? Power BI. So Power BI is a powerful tool where it can get the data from even from the cloud, and the size of the data is infinity. As of now, can you I'm not okay, thank you. So see here, Power BI is very powerful tool which can handle infinite data as of now. As of now, the technology it can handle infinite data. So this, but we cannot handle that infinite data. Here I am having a Power BI tool. So this is my Power BI tool which is for free. You cannot handle infinite data here. So the maximum size of the data which we can place in this Power BI is 1 GB. So this is only 1 GB. Why 1 GB? So here I'm telling infinite data can be handled by Power BI, but here I'm telling only 1 GB. Why? When I'm speaking about Power BI here, I mean this is a licensed version. License version. Okay, the company people will not take a free version. The company people will take only licensed versions. So in that licensed version, you can handle infinite amount of data. No issue. But here this is a free version. Free version where the maximum data size is limited to 1 GB. After that, if you are increasing the data size, the Power BI will crash. So this is for free. I'm not talking about the free versions. I'm talking about the licensed version. So in the licensed version of Power BI, so you can handle infinite amount of data. And the second one is the libraries are the visuals. The visuals are very huge. The visuals, we can say charts, are hundreds of charts are there. So this is having Power BI is having most number of visuals across any other tool in entire world. So I'll show you that visuals also. So can you see the visuals here? Like a visualization, you can see all these are visuals. These are all free visuals, like 20 to 30 visuals are there. These can be used for free. But in real time, hundreds of visuals will be there. So which are useful for converting the text data into visuals. Now, what is the use of these visuals? Okay, so now I am going for a term like in Power BI, there is a term like analysis. Analysis in Power BI can also be called as visualization. Can also be called as visualization. Now, what is the meaning of this visualization or analysis in Power BI? So means like we are having text to data. Already I provided you data sets. In the data set, we are having the data in the form of text. Okay, so now we are converting this text data into visuals so that our stakeholders will be convenient, because the stakeholders are non-technical people. So these stakeholders will be getting more information when the data is present in visuals than in the text format. The process of converting the text to data into visuals we are calling as analysis or visualization. So that is the one thing. Is it clear why we are going for Power BI? Why we are not going for Excel? Why we are going for Power BI? Why we are not going for Tableau or Python? Even Python is also very powerful. Python is also very powerful for data analysis. But when comes to visualization part, how many number of visuals you can expect in Power BI? In Python, you are having like Seaborn is there, Seaborn library is there, and Matplotlib is there. So using these using these two libraries, how many visuals, how many charts you can expect? Someone telling something. How many? So maximum around 20.
20.
Yeah, 20. So you cannot expect more than this. And one more limitation is that all these are old charts, like histogram. Nowadays, nobody using a histogram. All obsolete diagrams are there. Okay, in Python. So the number is limited. The quality of colors. If you are expecting, if you are working with the Python, if you see the charts and their colors, so you can get like Eastman colors, like 30 years back, our heroes will be there, na? So all the colors. So the old colors will be there. So they are not interactive. The color content is not interactive, and the limited number of charts are there. And the charts are also obsolete. Nowadays, we are not going for heat maps. We are not going for correlation maps. We are not going for pie charts. We are not going for other thing is there like scatter charts. So we are not going for them. Histograms also we are not going and using nowadays. So here the limited number of charts are there, and very old charts are there. They are not useful for the current context, and the color content is also very dull. That is the reason why we are not going for Python. So the most powerful tool as of now, what I know is Power BI. And nowadays it is having some AI features also. So business intelligence tool with artificial intelligence capability. So now this is a deadly combination. So because of this combination, so nowadays after from this day onwards, you can see the market, more number of businesses are dependent on Power BI and their analysis. So is it clear now or not? So did you understand what is the meaning of data, types of data, and data analysis, and the tools and technologies which we are coming across for the data analysis?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, there is one more tool that is name is Ultrix. Do you have
Ultrix
idea
is
about
there.
it?
Yes, Ultrix is
Yes,
there.
so what is it more powerful than Power BI?
Yeah, Ultrix is there.
Can you
So
explain a bit about it more?
Ultrix is having like a library rich, so many functions are there. But the thing is, it is so costlier. It is so costlier. So the small scale, medium scale businesses or individuals cannot handle. And moreover, it is not for free. You cannot learn for free. So you need to go and you need to purchase for Ultrix. So it is not for us. Big people will be there, na? They are using this as of now.
So, sir, is it
Maybe
more powerful than Power BI?
No. So Power BI is more powerful.
Okay.
Power BI is having this feature also, AI feature also. I'll show you after generating one simple diagram. I'll show you what is the meaning of this AI feature. Okay, I'll show you that.
Sure.
But this can be like reachability. The market reachability is more. So market reachability means maybe by this time you are having Power BI installed in your laptop. Even I am also having Power BI installed. But do you have Ultrix in your laptop? Anybody having Ultrix in their laptops?
No, sir.
I'm not having Ultrix.
No, sir.
No. So that is the reason. So even This is one reason. If you want to go for high market reachability, the only thing is it should be in the normal limits, like price. So when the market reachability is high, the business is high, the dependency is high, and everyone will depend on this Power BI. Okay. So now I think the theory part, are you comfortable with the theory part? Shall I go for the project, our project?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So now I'm just presenting a few things regarding our project. So this is our project. So this is for under Next Gen Employability Program. So that means our goal is to equip the students with the proper skills so that they can get very good jobs in the current market. Okay. So this is our project title, Health Care Data Driven Decisions using Power BI. So I am giving some data sets, and the data sets are speaking about the patient details there, like lab reports and everything. So we need to analyze this particular patient details using Power BI, and we need to take some decisions like why this disease is happening and so on and so forth. So all the data driven decisions will be taking using Power BI. And these are the outcomes, like what are the use cases I can assume, and what is what is the introduction scope of the project, what is the methodology I'm using to complete the project, what are the proposed milestones. We know that we can complete this project in 4 weeks. So now under first week, what we need to do, under second week, what we need to do, all these milestones will be there week wise, and what is the technology used, and about me and some references which I gathered. Let us go for the industry use cases. So you can just read out what is the meaning of this use cases. Use cases means applications using this particular data sets using Power BI. Okay, what you can get. So you can get what you can see here. You can get insights into the patient trends, like their habits, like whether the patient is having some alcohol habit. If the patient is having alcohol habit, what are the diseases he may get in the future. Okay, all these things you can get from the data, okay, using Power BI. So these are some use cases, like you might be knowing, like patients and the number of doctors in India especially. Okay, do you find the linear relationship between number of patients and the number of doctors in India? Do you get linear relationship?
No, sir.
No.
Can you repeat the
Obvious.
question? Pardon.
That means like the number of patients are getting more every day, right? But the number of doctors are not getting more. There is no linear relation. When linear relationship means what? If the number of patients are growing and the number of doctors should grow. This is not happening in India. So that is the reason every doctor is occupied by so many patients, and he is not having any time to properly scrutinize the patient and properly treat the patient. So now they need to depend on one particular platform where similar types of diseases, like one person is having some XYZ disease and he was cured with some medicine. Okay, and the same medicine can be recommended to other patient also under similar grounds. So all this analysis, if you are adapting now, so the number of doctors and the number of patients will be like integrated, like a linear relationship will be existing between the number of patients and the number of doctors. So when you are using like data driven decisions, so that is a use case. I want to minimize the difference between number of patients to number of doctors. If you are having these dashboards, you can refer the same dashboard, unless and otherwise, if you are not, if the patient is not cured, even he is going under so many medications, then only, so there is a schedule like he can meet the doctor at the last step. Otherwise, he is going for Power BI dashboards only. So this will be very much useful. And this is my project introduction. I'm having like 2 Excel sources will be there, and I'm integrating these 2 Excel sources into Power BI. I'm writing some DAX functions. Remember this DAX functions I'm writing, and I'm creating some new columns so that I can get more insights about the patients basing on their habits and some democracies. Okay. And these are all minimum my project requirements. These are my project requirements, like disease-wise analysis basing on the smoking habit, disease-wise analysis basing on the alcohol habit, and so on and so forth. These are all my minimum objectives. So always I'm requesting all the students always focus more than these objectives. These are all minimum objectives I am focusing on. but I'm requesting you go for more than this. And this is the project scope. Like till now, what we are doing is we are creating a dashboard using Power BI, and we are trying to analyze patient habits and their diseases. Everything is basing on the dashboard, Power BI dashboard. But in future, the future scope of this project is I'm using some machine learning algorithms for detecting anomalies. Anomalies means like sometimes the people will say, nah, so a person is there who is having everything, like liquor habit is there, like every habit is there, but he survived 90 years. The person is there who is not having any habits, and he's died with some cancer at 20 years, 30 years of age. So this is called as, what is this? Anomalies. These are called as anomalies. This is not happening in general, but this is happening very rarely. So that I am calling as anomalies. So I want to detect these anomalies by incorporating some machine learning algorithms. So I can go for some predictive modeling. If a patient comes for the first time, I can predict the future also. So using some machine learning algorithms, and I can generate automatic outcomes also using that machine learning algorithms also. The accuracy of the machine learning algorithms nowadays, what is the accuracy, average accuracy of a machine learning algorithm? Can anybody from AIML CSE
8 to
background?
20%. 8 to
What?
20%, sir.
How much? How much? I'm not getting.
5 to 20%, it depends, but not more
Machine
than
learning
20%.
no. I'm asking like machine learning algorithm efficiency. If you want to predict the future using a machine learning algorithm, like let us say linear regression or KNN or logistic regression.
More than
So what?
80%, more than
Yes,
80% or
yes,
85%.
yes.
75% to 80.
Yes, more than 80%. More than 80%. See, I'll give you one simple example. So I recently heard that driverless cars are going to be implemented in Bangalore. Yes or no? Did you hear of this? Driverless cars are coming to India. Yes or no?
Yes, I did.
Now, who is taking care of this driver role?
Machine learning.
Yeah, machine learning algorithms.
AI models.
Yes. Unless and otherwise, if the efficiency is not like more than 80% or 90%, these cars will hit all the people who are walking on the roads. So the efficiency of these algorithms are best. So that is above 90%. So in nowadays, what I mean to say is the machine learning algorithms are having more than 80% accuracies. So you can use these machine learning algorithms on day one. If the patient comes to the doctor on day one, he will prepare a dashboard basing on the lab reports, and he'll run some machine learning algorithms to predict what are the things, what are the diseases he may come across with 80% accuracy. So without really entering into that particular scenario, he can get cure. So that is the future scope. I want to use some machine learning algorithms on the lab reports. And same way, I want to go for some NLP features of the project. NLP means natural language processing. So might be knowing like what is the meaning of NLP? Can anyone explain about NLP?
Natural language processing.
Natural language processing. That means here, even the doctor is not available. So if a patient is there, if you want to know the future of his diseases by basing on the lab reports now, so he can give voice command. He can give some voice command. What will be the my status after 1 year? If I go on having the same habits, so then this voice command will be taken by the project, and it is analyzing the particular data set, and it is presenting the future. So in after 1 year, after 10 years, this will be the probability of getting these many diseases. So that is NLP, like Alexa. We are giving some voice command and it is responding. It is doing for us. So that these machine learning NLP futures I want to incorporate for our project in future. Maybe this time we are not having that. And this is the methodology. I already explained about this methodology. I'm going for data acquisition. Acquisition means data collection. So I explained this data life cycle. I'm collecting data and then I'm importing. Importing is a technical term. Importing means adding the data to Power BI. Simply adding, we are having data which is there in our local drive, maybe in the cloud. So we are getting the data and we are adding the data to Power BI. That process is called as importing. We are importing the data. We are pre-processing the data. We are writing some DAX functions why we are writing some DAX functions. I'll show you that time. Give me some time. So we are writing some DAX functions to give some value to the data, and finally we are running some analysis like descriptive statistics analysis, EDA, or predictive analytics. So we are running some analysis on the data, and we are converting the text data into some visuals. Okay, and we are presenting before the stakeholders. So this is the methodology which I am following. Understand or not? Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Yeah.
can you
Yes,
explain
sir.
more about the storytelling part, the last part of project?
Storytelling. Yeah, storytelling means like,
Yes.
so you are the person, like you are the technical person. So like in general, business people will run the business. They don't know about the technical part. So you will be hired. You, because you are the technical person, you will be hired for handling their big data. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Accepted. So now with your technical knowledge, you are identifying the portion, the areas in their business where their product sales are decreasing, where the people are not working, where you are having some highest amounts of discounts on selected products, where the profit is less, where the sales is less. So you are identifying these areas in their business using their data, using your technical knowledge, using some of the tools. Okay, and you want to present. So if you if why you are hired means in order to identify these areas. So now you identified the areas with your technical knowledge, and you are presenting these areas to your stakeholders so that they can take some decisions. Yes or no? So that they can improve their business.
Yes, sir.
So that is called storytelling. So you are explaining. So sir, like I'll tell you one real-time scenario. Reliance, like groceries are there in two towns. One town, the investment is 100 crores on that particular shop, and in the other town 100 crores. Equally same. The towns are equally same. The people, the hobbies, their income levels, everything is same. The similar two towns are there. The investment is also same. The Reliance company is also same. Okay, same amount of investment. But after 1 year, one town is having more profit and other town is having less profit. Why? Can you figure out why this is happening? So the people income levels are same, the hobbies are same, the investment is same, everything same, but one like city is having more profits and one city is not providing more profits because there are some like people are there, maybe some people are not interested in working there. So many things can happen, na? So you are identifying this, and we are comparing these areas to other areas where they are working very good, and you are telling a story. Then they can take the business like data driven decisions. Yes or no?
So, sir, if there is, yes, sir. So, like my question is, so if
Hmm.
we are doing this, project methodology, and there are 5 steps, so should we keep in mind this storytelling perspective right from the beginning, or should we
Yes.
keep it as a last thing? कि चलो
This
पूरा data विकास हो गया.
storytelling is nothing but presenting the project to the stakeholder. The stakeholder will not accept single meeting. He will not be satisfied in a single meeting. He will be asking so many questions. For each and every question, again you need to come and you need to do the project and you need to present. So this is the iterative concept. On day one, first week, you will be storytelling. So you are on week 2, week 3, week 4, till he satisfies. This is the iterative meeting. Finally, they can take the decisions. On day one, you can say like the people who are working in that particular company who are not working. So that is the reason why they are getting some losses. You can tell this reason, but they will not accept that because supervisors will be there. They are taking care of their activity. If the supervisors are giving very good rating for the workers, you are coming and you are telling they are not working, means they will not trust. They are having many sources. So you need to go for iterative model. And finally, if they are satisfied, then this storytelling process will be completed. Is it clear or not?
Yes, sir, it's clear. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So now weekly milestones, like for week 1, I am going for collecting the data sources and I'm connecting, if possible, pre-processing the data. Pre-processing means very simple operations I am doing on the data. to improvise the quality of the data. So that we are doing in week 1. Week 2, we are writing some DAX functions, data analysis expressions, like in Excel, sum is there, count is there, minimum is there, maximum is there, average is there. These functions are there, inbuilt functions in Excel. The same functions, but a little more complexity is there in the functions in Power BI. So that functions I'm calling as DAX. So when I'm using the DAX functions, the data quality will be more. I'm adding some value to the data so that I can get more insights, more outcomes than expected. Okay, so that we are writing all the DAX functions in week 2, and we are improvising the project. And in week 3, so we are going for visualizations. So we are having some business requirements, or else we can have some project requirements, and we'll identify some visuals, and we are converting the text data into visuals, and we are preparing the dashboard for the project. Dashboard means we are collecting all the visuals in a single page. That is called as dashboard. And this is the dashboard which is like center of attraction while you are explaining the project to the stakeholders, while you are storytelling. You are using this dashboard. And then in week 4, we are going for formatting and project testing. We are going for some theme colors like visualization, appearance. Every company is having some theme colors. So we are going and identifying the formatting of the project, and we are testing the project whether it is giving us the correct results or not. Any wrong calculation, because we use a DAX function. If you are wrongly using the function, so you will be landing with some wrong conclusions. So we identify like those areas by testing the project. Once the project is done, okay, if the testing is also giving us very good results, then we are submitting the project. And this is the technology. Power BI is the technology which we use for analyzing this project. And this is my brief introduction. I'm having 23 years of experience and having these many qualifications. These are the technical skills which I'm having. And these are the references which I gathered to like prepare this PPT. So any doubts from this PPT?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, now we have 7:03. So within like 30 minutes, I need to close this. So can I go to the project now? I'm thinking like you all open Power BI and you install, like you store. Okay. So you are having the data sets also. The 2 data sets you are having, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
now, yeah. So now you can, I quickly going for this. I can make you understand. This is the interface you are getting. This interface I can divide it into so many parts to understand. The topmost part is there, like file, home, insert, modeling. So these tabs are there. Under each tab, so many functions are there. Okay. So this portion, the top portion, I'm calling as ribbon. Okay. And the leftmost part is there. This is views window. Leftmost. This strip is there, where we are having 3 buttons like report view, table view, and then model view. Once I import the data, I'll show you the meaning of these views, 3 views. You remember 3 views are there, like report view, table view, and model view. And this is there now white space. This is called as canvas, where we are preparing the single visual or collection of multiple visuals. So when you are collecting multiple visuals, this canvas I'm calling as dashboard. And there are 3 panes are there, 3 simple windows are there on the right side. One is called data pane, visualizations pane, filters pane. The data pane is the place where we are keeping the data. Initially, we are keeping the data. There is no data here. So we initially keep the data here, and the data is in the form of text data. So please go on mute. I'm getting some echoes.
There is a technique called as stratified cross validation. I'm just giving you the names.
Hello?
These are all separate ones.
So don't unnecessarily unmute yourself. I'm getting some echoes. So this is a data pane. So in which we are keeping the data in the form of Excel sheets or CSV sheets, and the CSV or Excel sheets are having text data. And we are converting this text data into visuals by selecting one or many visuals from this visualizations pane. Okay, and then suppose say I'm taking this pie chart. Let us consider I'm just clicking this pie chart, and you can see here. So this pie chart, the skeleton of this pie chart is inserted in the canvas. I can place this visual pie chart anywhere. Okay, I can expand this pie chart. I can decrease, I can increase, I can place it anywhere in the chart. Okay, so now let us consider this pie chart I have prepared using some huge amounts of data. Again, here the problem is the stakeholders cannot understand this much huge data in at single site. So sometimes I need to filter this data according to their requirements. So for that, I am using this. For that, I am using a filters window. So let us see. This is the filters window. So using this filters window, I can filter the data. So these are the three purposes. Like data pane is responsible for holding the data. Visualizations is providing the visuals. Filters pane is providing the filtering mechanism on the visuals. So now we are having two windows here. Let us go and explain. There are two windows are there in Power BI. One is Power BI desktop window, and then Power Query Editor window is there. Power Query Editor window is there. So now, what is the meaning of this Power Query Editor window? So in this window, there are many operations we can perform on the data. So data related operations are there in Power Query Editor. So we are doing all these operations on the data to convert the data into highly qualitative data. So I'm converting the raw data and I'm doing some operations on this raw data, and I'm converting the raw data into qualitative data. And I'm using this quality data. I'm using this quality data as input in Power Query, Power BI desktop, and I'm using this quality data for analysis. Or we can say simply visualization. So these are the two main purposes for these two windows. So what we are doing in Power Query Editor? Can anyone unmute yourself and you can tell? So what is the meaning of this Power Query Editor? Make it faster
In Power
because
Query, we put SQL commands and we get the data that we want.
yeah,
Data
we are
cleaning
doing some operations. It is not SQL. Okay, we have some other set of operations. We are not having SQL commands. Other set of operations are there. So we are doing some operations on the raw data and making sure that the data is quality. Okay, once you are coming out of this Power Query Editor now, so you mean the data is quality data. So I'm using this quality data. I'm using the quality data for the analysis. So then the analysis will produce some outcomes, right? That outcomes I'm calling as insights. These insights are trustworthy. So I can trust these insights because these insights I'm getting from what? Quality data. I'm getting from quality data. So that is the reason why I can take some business decisions. Data-driven decisions I can take. Why? Because these insights can be trustworthy. Why these are trustworthy? Because I'm using quality data. I'm not using, suppose say in place of quality data, if I'm having raw data, can I take the business decisions here at the outcome?
No.
No. So since I'm using quality data here, I can take some data-driven decisions here. Now, how can I get this quality data? That is my question. How can I get the quality data? So I can get the quality data by doing some operation, maybe data cleaning, maybe data transformation, data munging. So we are doing some operations on the data so that the data will be quality. So that we can do in Power Query Editor window. Analysis can be done in Power BI desktop window. So after knowing this, so what is the window which we are coming in? So what is the window name here on the screen?
Desktop. Power BI desktop.
Power BI desktop. Okay. So this Power BI desktop, I'm just using this Power BI desktop, okay, to import the data. So now for that, so click on Home tab, click on Get Data, and now our source is what? Excel workbook. Click on this Excel workbook. Go to the place where you are having the data sets. I am going for like so this is my like admission data. I'm just selecting this. Only we need to select only one data. Multiple files cannot be selected at once. I'm just selecting admission data. Click on open. I think we need to extend 10 more minutes today. So because I felt the time is not enough. Stay with me 10 more minutes. I don't take much time. So now you can see my Power BI is connecting to my data source, which is there in my local drive. So you can see here. So in this context, I want to tell one term is there like ETL. So what is the meaning of this ETL?
Explore, transfer, and load.
Yeah, extract,
Transform and load.
Transform and load.
transform and load. Extract. So what is the meaning of this extract? So you can see here, the Power BI can be used for extracting different data sources from local drive or maybe cloud also. So you can see Excel, just now I am extracting Excel source from the local drive into my Power BI. So now in this admission data Excel workbook, I'm having only one worksheet is there, admission details. Maybe in the real time you are having hundreds of worksheets. So just click on the name of the worksheet so that you can see the preview of the data. Once you are comfortable that this is the data on which I want to work, then you can select the data. So this is having only two columns, admission number and name. So I am quite happy with this. This is the data which I need to work on. So I'm just selecting this. So see here, when I'm selecting this data by clicking on this checkbox. So there are two options are activated, load and transform. When I'm removing this checkbox, the two options are deactivated. So just select this data by clicking on this checkbox, and there are two options, load and transform. When I'm clicking on this load, so this data will be sitting in Power BI desktop. So remember, when I'm clicking on this load, this data will be placed in Power BI desktop. When I'm clicking on transform data, so this data will be sitting in Power Query Editor. Now, which option I need to select? Let us consider this is the data which you are seeing for the first time in your life, right? So now which option I need to select? Load or transform?
Transform.
Load. Transform the data.
Transform.
Transform. There are some answers are there on load also. So suppose say when you are seeing the data for the first time, so which means you are not sure about the data quality. When you are seeing the data for the first time, you are not sure about the data quality. So that is the reason why I don't click on this load. When I'm clicking on the load, this data will be sitting in Power BI desktop, and where we are expecting high quality data, but I'm not sure about the data quality. So that is the reason why I'm clicking on transform. Click on transform data. So still I am under, like I'm just closing this unnecessary windows. So now I am in a process called as ETL. So like E, extract. What is the meaning of this E? Extract different or various data sources. Okay, I'm extracting various data sources from local drive or from the cloud. So this is called extraction. So now you can see here the data, the two columns are loaded into Power Query Editor, right? Yes or no? The two columns are added.
Yes,
Now, so we have
Yes,
one
sir.
more data. So we have one more data set. So now that is also Excel. So now I'm going for Home tab. There is a option like new source. In this new source, you can select the option like the data source name. What is our next data source name? Patient data. That is also Excel. Click on Excel. Select now patient data and click on open. So for this project, we need two data sets. One is admission details, other one is patient data. So that means this is called as extraction. So this extraction, different all the data sources I am pulling from various sources and I'm keeping in Power BI. So now here I can click on the patient details and I can see the preview of the data. So this is my preview of the data. So you can scroll to the right side. Many columns are there, like many columns are there. So you can see many columns are there. So now just click on this checkbox and now click on OK. Click on OK. So it will be taking 1 or 2 minutes time to load this data, patient details data into Power Query Editor window. So with that process, our extraction process is completed. Maybe in the real time, maybe you are having 3 more files or 4 more files. Then you need to click on new source again and again, and you need to add the sources, different data sources into Power Query Editor window. Now you can see here Can you see how many files you are seeing here under queries pane? How many files?
2 files.
2 files. So we are using only 2 files, and we are imported the 2 files in Power Query Editor. If you click on this admission details, so the preview will be defined. You can see the preview. If you click on the patient details, you can preview the data. So this particular data, and here, so I'm quickly going and dividing this window into 5 different parts. Like the topmost part is there now, like collection of all the tabs: home tab, transform, add column, view, tools, and help. So this I'm calling as ribbon, and this leftmost part I'm calling as queries pane, where query is just nothing but the other name for table. Okay, table. So we are having table. How many tables are having? Within the bracket, it is mentioning 2. That means 2 tables I'm having. These are the names of the tables. Now, if you are selecting admission details table, okay, so you can see here on the right side under query settings pane. So the name of the selected table will be displayed here. Okay, so you can know that. And under applied steps, you can see here what will be the operations which we are performing on this data will be displayed here sequentially. And remember one thing, like Power BI is case sensitive. So the small a is different and capital A is different for Power BI. And Power BI is completely sequential. One step we need to complete. After completing the first step, we need to go for the second step, and so on and so forth. All the steps will be displayed here. What are the steps we are doing on the data? All the steps will be displayed here. So this is query settings pane, and the leftmost part is called as queries pane, and in between that is called as data preview. And the last part is there, fifth one, the last row. This is called status bar. If you click on the status bar, there are 2 options. So maybe my data set is having more than 1000 rows. Suppose if I want to limit the view, the above data preview only for top 1000 rows, I can click on this. If you want to see all the rows present in your data set, so then click on this, the second option, entire data set. So that is completely optional. So you can select anything. Okay. So like this, I have selected entire data. So this is 5 parts, like ribbon, queries pane, query settings pane, data preview, and status bar. Now I'm quickly going for like knowing like column name. So I'm going for my data is added into Power Query Editor. Now the second step is what? Transform. Okay, transform means I need to do some operations on the data. So that is called transform. So first transformation operation, the first data related operation means data type checking. So check data type for each and every column. Okay, data type checking. This is the first operation we are doing on the data type check. So now admission number. So how can you predict? So let us consider for column name, for each and every column name, before the column name there is a symbol. So just click on this symbol. Then you are coming across all the data types present in this Power BI. So can anyone read? Can anyone read these data types?
Decimal numbers, fixed decimal numbers, whole numbers, percentage, date and time.
Yeah, these are all the data types. So now I need to fix one proper data type for each and every column. Okay. Now, how can I fix the proper data type? So just open this drop down box for each column and look at the different values present in this column. You can see these are the different values present in this column. So looking at the different values present in the each and every column, now you can predict, okay, one data type for the column. Now what will be the column data type here? Admission number. What will be the whole number? So now whole number. So what is our expected is whole number. What is the actual data type for given to this? So for that, now click on home tab. You can see here on top. What is that data type here mentioned here?
Whole numbers.
Whole number.
Whole numbers.
Our expected is whole number, and the given is also whole number. That is correct. So no need to change the data. And if I open this drop down box, if you identify some missing values on the top as a first option, it is coming. So here there is no missing values. So the data is cleaned in all respects for this column. I don't need to change the data type also. Data type is also correctly mentioned. Now coming to the name of the patient. So you can see all the different values present in this. So what is the expected data type for this column?
Text.
Text.
Text. And see here,
Text.
expected is text, and the given is also text. So that means no need to change. Now I'm going for patient details, the second table, and this is having so many columns, like 56 columns are there. So I don't want to take all the columns. I'll take the only 18 columns. I'll tell you, like I want to select only few columns. I don't need to select like serial number. Okay, all these columns you can see here. For the namesake, I'm just showing you. These are all the lab reports. These are all the different lab reports that the patient is having. 56 columns are there. Okay. Now I want to see how many like columns are there. What are the names of the columns? So click on this home tab and then go to choose columns. Click on this choose columns on the ribbon. Okay. And then go to choose columns. Click on choose columns. So there will be a small window where the list of column names will be there. So can you see this? These are all total
Yes, sir.
56 columns are there. 56 columns are there. So now I am selecting. This is very important step. So now follow with me. So I don't need serial number. I'm just unchecking this. I'm keeping this check mark only for selected columns. So admission number I want to keep. Okay, date of DOA stands for date of admission. The patient joined this hospital on this date. Date of admission, date of discharge I need to keep, age I need to keep, gender I'm keeping, rural whether the patient is coming from rural background or urban background I need to keep, and type of admission like
Sir, how to go to choose
outpatient.
column, sir?
Yeah, go to choose columns. Yes. So type of admission is whether it is emergency or outpatient. I am keeping this. Month year I don't need this month year. Duration of the intensive care unit I need to keep. Outcome I am keeping. Smoking, alcohol, DM. These are the two habits, like smoking habit is there for the patient or not, alcohol habit is there for the patient or not. In order to know more about the patient, I'm having these two columns. DM, diabetes mellitus, whether the patient is having sugar complaint or not, I'm keeping this. HTN, hypertension, that means blood pressure. So I'm keeping this. This CAD, I don't keep, like prior CMP, I'm not keeping. CKD, I am keeping. CKD means chronic kidney disease. So I'm keeping this. HB, hemoglobin, TLC, platelets, glucose, urea, creatine, BNP, riser. These are all I'm not using because this will be a huge project. So I don't want to give all these things like H reference, all these things I don't want to keep. So this is very important. So I just read out the names also once I select all the columns. So the neurocardiac syncope, this is the column which is signifying that the patient is having some memory losses. If the patient is having some memory losses, this column will tell yes or no. So this I'm keeping. So this ortho static I'm not keeping. Infective I'm not keeping. DVT I'm not keeping. Cardiogenic shock I am keeping. This shock I'm not keeping. Chest infection I'm not keeping. And doctor's note. So these are the columns I'm keeping. So you can check. I'm telling from the scratch. Admission number. Just select admission number. Date of admission, date of discharge, age, gender, rural, type of admission. So how many columns are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 columns. And then 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 columns I'm keeping. Okay. Is it clear or not? Did you select all these 18 columns? This is a very important
Yes,
step.
sir.
Can I
Hello.
go to the
Hello.
next step?
Hello.
Yes, yes.
I'm audible.
Yes, yes.
Can you please scroll it down a bit?
Ah.
Exactly at the bottom. I just want to see which columns you kept from the bottom.
Okay.
Neuro, cardio, pulmonary embolism, and doctor's note. Just a minute. Yeah. that's it.
because you can select all these columns also, but the project scope is very huge. That
Yeah.
is the thing. So I'm just limiting myself to 18. So just click on OK, and you can see all these 56 columns going away and only 18 columns are present. How can you know this 18 columns are present? Go for the status bar, the last line in this window. So can you see 18 columns? Can you see 18 columns here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then 18 columns are there means then right, correct. And you can see on the applied steps on the right side on the query settings window. So what is that operation we have done on this data? We have removed some of the columns, right?
Remove all columns.
And you can see here, remove other columns. So every operation which we are doing on this data will be recorded here. Suppose if you want to go back to the normal data, old data, so just click on this into mark. So then you are getting back to the normal data. Okay, so now I'm selecting only these data. Okay, and then admission for this quickly, can we go for quickly the finding the data types for each and every column? So admission number. What is the data type here? Whole number. Correct or not?
Yes,
Correct
sir.
or not? No. Date of admission. Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Date of discharge.
Yes, sir.
Age.
Yes.
Yes.
Gender.
Yes, sir.
Rural.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Type of admission.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So intensive care duration. ICU duration.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right. Outcome.
Yes, sir.
Smoking
Question.
habit. Yeah. Someone is telling. Do you find any discrepancy? Every data type is correct, right? For each and every column.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Smoking. Suppose if you open this combo box, zeros and ones are there. 0 stands for that patient is not having smoking habit. 1 stands for the patient is having like a smoking habit. 0 stands for no. 1 stands for yes. That is the meaning from this column onwards. So smoking, zeros and ones, that is whole number correct. Alcohol correct. Diabetes mellitus DM column is correct. HTN correct. CKD is correct. If you find a discrepancy, you can tell me. So neurocardiac syncope, cardiac shock, pulmonary embolism, and finally doctor's note. Every column is having properly maintained data types. So that is the first thing. So data type checking we have done. Okay. Next thing is duplicates. Okay, we need to identify the duplicates. So if the duplicates are there, we need to remove. We need to remove the duplicates. So now for removing the duplicates, so go to this symbol, like table symbol. Can you see the table symbol here?
Yes, sir.
Now just click on this table symbol. So these are all the operations which we can perform on the entire table. Now what I am doing is I am removing the duplicates from the bottom, the last fourth option. Remove duplicates. And you can see the duplicates have been removed. That means that this is the second operation. Okay, so I need to identify some missing values, like null values I need to identify and I need to replace, because no columns are having any missing values or null values. So because we are running out of that time now, so that is the reason I'm not showing you this. So now my data is 100% clean. The data types are correct, duplicates are identified, nulls are identified. Okay, now this I'm calling as my quality data. So after preparing this quality data, where I need to place this data for the analysis? In which window I need to place this data? Power BI
desktop.
desktop. So for that, I'm just telling this. Presently, I'm in Power Query Editor. Now I want to place this data. I want to save all the operations which I have performed on this data, and this quality
Excuse me,
data I need to
sir.
present on Power BI desktop. Yeah. Yes.
So for the data you've given, it's showing data type any for date and date of admission and date of discharge.
So where for your side, it is showing any, right?
Yes, sir.
Then you do one thing. Click on this symbol. before DOA, na, one symbol is there, na?
Yes, sir.
You click on this and
Yes, sir.
select date. Select date.
Okay.
Done.
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir, I don't see. I don't have the remove duplicate option over here in my Power BI. I don't know how you read to remove duplicates. And please show that.
No, just click on this. What are the options you are getting? Just click on this table symbol. So there you are having like 1, 2, 3. From the bottom, there is the fourth option.
But sir, yeah, but sir, the Power BI which I am using, it only has remove errors. It does not have the remove duplicate option.
Now, like, what is that version you are using? Did you download latest version?
Yeah, yes.
Then it should have. Then it should have. So no issues because our Power BI dataset is not having any duplicates. Only for operation I have shown you. No duplicates are there.
Hello.
Nothing. Hello.
Hello.
Is it
Good evening, sir. Same thing happening with
that
me,
is
sir.
okay. Hello.
Is it possible
Yes,
to
sir.
share the screen?
Yes, yes. Any doubt? Sudha?
No.
Yeah, any doubt? Someone is speaking something. Shubham?
Yes, sir. Same thing is happening with me. The duplicate option is not showing in my Power BI, and I have downloaded from the same link that you provided.
Okay. Are you using like which operating system you are using? What is that? Windows only, na?
11.
I'm using Windows 11.
Windows 11. Okay. So no issue. So that duplicate option only for namesake I have shown you. So that the data set is not having any duplicates. Okay. For the time being. Okay. So we'll address because we are running out of the time. Okay. Because we are running out of the time. Okay.
Sir, what about null values?
Null values we need to check. Null values are also not there. See here. I'm giving you this as some little work I'm giving you. Okay, you need to work on this. Go to all columns. Open this drop down box. Whenever you find nulls here, on the first option, you can find nulls. Then only you need to replace the null values. Do you find null values here? Do you find any null in the column? No. So you can check for each and every column. There will not be no null value. You can see here. So no null values are there. If the null values are there, then you need to replace. For this data set, no null values are there, no missing values are there, no duplicates are there, no improper data types are there. Everything is perfect. Clear? No, I want to show you. Okay. If you want to do some operations, na, so I'll show you. Like age column is there, na? Age, sorry, it's not age, gender column. Go to gender column and I want to, what is the meaning of M there? What is the meaning of M there?
Male.
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 What is the meaning of
Male.
no? No, I want to go more specific. I want to write this as M stands for male. So for that, just right click on this gender column and select replace values. Right click on the gender column, select replace values. So one replace values window will be there. So you can see, can you see this window, replace values window?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now here what I'm doing is whenever you find capital M in the column, I want to replace with what? Male.
Male.
Okay, click on OK. And you observe these all M's in this column. Did it replace all M's with male?
Yes, yes, sir.
So this is called some data cleaning. Okay. So now again I want to replace F with female. Right click on the gender column. Go to replace values. Wherever I find F, capital F, what I need to see, this is a case sensitive. That is the reason why we need to be little more cautious. Wherever I find capital F, I need to replace with what? Female.
Female.
Click on OK. Okay, so now you can click on the drop down box and you can see what are the values present in this column now. Earlier, this is M and F.
Male and female.
Now this is more clear, right? So this is
Yes.
we are calling as cleaning. And if the null values are also there, we can address the null values. For the current scenario, there is no null value. Now I am going for rural. Okay, you can see here how many values are there in this rural. No null values are there. First thing, R stands for rural, like the patient is coming from rural background. U stands for urban background.
Urban.
So click on OK. Go to rural. Right click on the rural column. Select replace values. And wherever I find capital R, what I need to replace? Rural. I need to replace with rural. So click on OK. Again, click on the rural, right click, select replace values. Wherever I find a capital U, I need to replace with urban. Click on OK. Okay, now you can click on the drop down box and you can see. So R is replaced with rural and U is replaced with urban. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I am going for one more column. So the rest of the columns, if you are interested, now you can go on. So right click on the type of admission, go to replace values. This column is also having two values, E and O. Wherever you find capital E. So this stands for what?
Emergency.
Emergency, like the patient is under emergency conditions. So click on OK. So this is replaced with emergency. So wherever you are, what is the other option? O.
Most.
O. So right click on the type of admission, select replace values. O, capital O. So this is capital O. So O stands for what? Outpatient. That means this is the patient who is coming to the doctor and taking the medicines and is using the medicine as per the description in his home. He will not stay in the hospital. But emergency patient will be staying in the hospital. So O is there, capital O is there. I'm replacing with outpatient. Click on OK. Okay. So this is how I can modify the existing data. Clear? So I'm not going for each and every column. So like next week we'll go and refine this data a little bit more. Right? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now the final step for today's thing is I need to present this data into Power BI. So now I made this data like quality data, and now I need to use this data for the analysis, for which I need to present this data in Power BI desktop. For that, so this is the navigation. So click on this home tab, click on close and apply, again close and apply. I'm showing you one more time. Go to home tab, click on close and apply, again close and apply. So automatically, so your data will be, all the operations will be saved, and finally your data will be loaded into Power BI desktop. You can see here. Now the data pane is not having any data now. Now after loading, so you can see my screen, right? Did we complete the transform operation? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then finally what is left?
Loaded the data.
Load. So now we are loading the data. Okay. So you can see here. So now we are loading the data into Power BI desktop. Now you can see it is loading. Again, it will be taking some time. So wait for 5 more minutes. So after loading so we need to save the project. So where you need to save the project? So save this project in that
Sorry to
folder
pardon,
where
sorry to interrupt. Hello.
Yeah. Yes.
Sir, can you please share the attendance link, because I have to rush to somewhere else important. I will do the remaining lecture in recorded manner. Can you please share the
Okay.
attendance link?
Okay. Meanwhile, I'll share the attendance. 1 second. Somewhere so this recording session, I will share the link in the WhatsApp group tomorrow. And there is a weekly milestone Google form is there. So you just click on this, like you need to complete weekly milestones up to whatever the point where I have completed. So you need to complete up to that particular project, and you need to submit a PDF for that. So now let me go on. Where is this attendance form?
Hello. You said we have to submit that in the form of PDF. But
Yes,
where do we have to submit it, and what we need to
I'll
put
show
in
you.
that
I'll
PDF?
show you. So can you see this second link, like weekly milestones Google form link? Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
So I will provide
Yes.
this link. I'll provide this link in your WhatsApp after completing this particular session. So then you need to after 2 days, after 3 days, complete your project till the point where I have completed now. Take the screenshot, main step screenshots you take, and prepare a PDF, and finally click on this link which I'm sharing in the WhatsApp. After 2 days or after 3 days, the day you completed your project in the PDF version, and upload. And while you are creating the PDF, the name of the PDF should be your internship number. Your internship number. This is mandatory.
Student ID number, sir.
Student ID number. Yes, correct. Yes, correct. So this is my this is attendance link, and I'm coming to chart. Now I'm placing this attendance.
So 3 days in the sense, it starts from today, after on Monday, right?
Yes. Actually, so you will take some time now. So 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. So take your own time. So take 3 days or 4 days time, and after completing the PDF so you try to take the link, Google form link, which I'm sharing now. Okay, in the WhatsApp, and submit your project.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
So what we need to
After every week we have to
PDF?
submit that.
Yes,
PDF.
every week after completing my project mentoring session, try to go for that project which I am completing, and you submit the project.
Sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sir,
Yes.
sir,
Yes.
should the PDF have a query editor screenshot or just the Power BI screenshot?
Yes. Wherever you find the step is good for your project, take the screenshot and place it in the PDF. That's it.
Okay.
The final project will be in the PPT form and the PBIX form. That I will show you afterwards. Which link you need to share? Like Disha? Attendance link just now I shared, na? I just shared this attendance link just now. So you can click on this link and you can provide your attendance. And one more link I will share after this meeting. That is nothing but Google form link for submitting your project for week 1. Okay. Any doubts? Now let us go to Power BI. You can see, can you see the screen now? My Power BI desktop window.
Yes, sir.
Now we can see under data pane, till now there is no data. Now you are having the data here. Admission details table, patient details table. So if you are expanding this arrow now, so you can see the columns present in this table. You can see here all these 18 columns. Clear or not? Tell me
Yes, sir.
a little faster. So
Yes,
now
sir.
what is that column which is common to these two tables? Like admission number, right?
Admission number.
Admission number. So without admission number, the patient cannot meet the doctor. So this admission number is a common thing. So now I need to, basing on this column, common column, admission number, I want to integrate this table with this table. So that is called as data modeling. So in real time now, so for a given business, you are having multiple tables. So then we need to integrate all the tables from one to other. So that concept I am calling as data modeling. So for the data modeling, So come to the left hand side. There are 3 buttons now. So click on this model view. Click on model view. Now, can you see these two tables which are automatically joined? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
No, this line is called as, if you click, if you hover your mouse on the line, so 2 columns highlighted on the 2 tables. So that is the that is the relationship. Basing on these 2 columns, these two tables are integrated. This is called relation. So the relation is from the admission table, 1 is the number it is showing in the relation, and from the patient details table there is a star. Star stands for many. That means here the relation between the 2 tables is 1 to many.
1 to many.
1 to many. So what is the meaning of this 1 to many? Means, let us consider one patient comes to the hospital. The first step is he is taking admission by providing some amount. So by the time the hospital people will provide some admission number. So basing on this admission number, he is meeting the doctor first time and is taking the prescription. Maybe the patient may be coming on next day with the reports, lab reports. Again, they will be the patient is showing the same admission number. Again, he is meeting the same doctor, and this time he is showing some lab reports. That is the reason why one admission number. That means one patient is meeting many times. So all the details will be comes under patient details. Is it correct or not? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So every day, like the doctor is saying something like go and have this test. He's going to the lab and is having the lab reports and is showing to the doctor. So the doctor is allowing the patient basing on this admission number only. If the admission number is not there in this table, he will not allow. So like that, one admission number in admission details will be repeated for many times. So that is the relationship, 1 to many. I think you are clear with this. There are 1 to 1 relationship will be there, 1 to many will
Yes,
be
sir.
there, many to 1 will be there, many to many will be there. So that depends on the complexity of the data. So now the most important thing is like click on this report view. You can see all the data here. So we'll use this data afterwards in week 2. So for that, I need to save this project. So go to file menu, go to save as, and click on this browse on the bottom. So give the proper name. I'm giving XYZ. And what is the extension of this project? What is the extension of this project? PBIX. PBIX. So PBIX stands for Power BI file. Now go to the folder where you are having the data set, 2 data sets. So let us go. I'm going for my data set. Like this is my folder where I'm having my 2 data sets. So this is the folder. So now save. This is the right activity. So don't save your project in one place and don't save the data sets in other place. Save the project and data sets in the same place. So you can see here XYZ, the name comes here. So then it means that project is saved. So just close this project. That's it. So this is what intended for first week. So do the same activity from your end and try to copy, try to take the screenshot wherever you find that step is useful, and try to prepare a PDF with the screenshot and try to submit your project. I'll share the Google form link for submitting your project for week 1 in the WhatsApp. And I'll provide this recording also.
Excuse me, sir.
Sir, hello.
Yes, yeah.
Please go ahead.
Sir,
Yes.
could you please share the rules of preparing the PDF? What all we need to
No.
include?
See, in week 1, there is no rule. Wherever you find the step is good, take the screenshot and collect all the screenshots in the PDF and submit. There is no rule, nothing is there. Only one rule I'm telling you. The name of the PDF should be your student ID, internship ID number. That's it.
From the AICT, no, sir.
Okay, sir. AICT student.
Yes, correct. Yes.
Yes,
It
sir.
starts from STUD something, right?
sir.
Yes,
That ID.
so we need to
Yes,
include all the screenshots of all the steps that we are performing.
It is
on the
not
data.
all the steps. Don't take it that much panic. Like so, provide 3 to 4 steps. That's it.
Okay, sir.
Wherever you find comfortable, because this is not the final submission. This is, I want to know that you are working or not. Only for that sake.
Thank you, sir.
Like,
So work will be
like
taken as
143
a-
students are there, and I'm getting the 10 PDFs. That means I can know that 10 students are only working, only for that namesake.
Okay, sir.
Sir, so this task will be taken as a milestone, no, sir?
Yes, yes. This is week 1 milestone where we covered up to like pre-processing,
Power BI.
importing. Yes, importing, pre-processing. That the 2 steps completed. In week 2, I'm preparing all these things. Like I'm having all the documents. In week 1, these are the milestones. Okay, these are the milestones. I think you all know this. Right? Just now we are done data modeling. Okay. In week 2, these are the steps. Like in week 2, we are going for writing some DAX functions. We are adding some value to the data. So you can see here by writing some functions. So this is in week 2. In week 3, we are going for some business requirement, project requirements, and we are analyzing these project requirements using some graphs. And we are collecting all the graphs in a single canvas. This I'm calling as dashboard. So this dashboard and visuals we need to implement in week 3. And in week 4, we need to format and test the project. So that you can see here. So you can go and test the project. I'll show you how to test the project and how to format the project. Okay. So these are all 4 weekly milestones.
So, and
So,
how many slides we should provide?
Like
What is the minimum of slides?
Minimum 3 to 4.
Yes.
Enough. That is enough.
Yes.
Don't be that much concerned about